I've been a collector of Barbies since I was a kid. I had all the Barbies that you could have, and then I also added them over the years as an adult. And I just like the doll. It's not something about, oh, this is a playing doll and this is something I'm going to do. But Barbie was a different kind of doll, and I think that's one of the reasons that they really caught on. She didn't look like your regular doll. So Barbie was developed and distributed in 1959 at the Toy Fair. I think it was in Chicago. But the person who actually developed the American cultural icon Barbie was Ruth Handler, who worked for Mattel. She named Barbie after her daughter, and she named Barbie's boyfriend, Ken, after her son. So Ken and Barbie live on forever and ever. 1959, commercials, television, young kids, baby boomer children, the right age to play with a new doll. And we have Barbie, and Barbie was a teenage doll. The teenage doll, as you see in the first advertisements for her. And we have a couple here in the display. We have the first one that I have, that's the oldest one, is a 1961 number 4 Barbie, and she's in the striped swimsuit that everybody who's seen the movie knows that swimsuit. Then we have the Ken that was the first Ken, and that's the blonde. And the second era of Barbie dolls came in 1963, and that's the bubble cut. And I have the redhead brunette and the ash blonde. One of the great things about Barbie that was kids loved and girls loved is that you could buy outfits, and the outfits were $1.50. The only expensive outfit was the wedding gown, which was $5. So they're a little rare because not a lot of moms and dads paid out $5 for a doll outfit. But that's why the word collector was developed. So if you get one of those, that's great. Another Barbie that we have in the display case today, bendable leg Barbie. Ken and Barbie, they did everything with all these clothes. They got to go skiing and they took trips, they had suitcases. And then they developed the Barbie families. She had a sister named Skipper, and Skipper was a little bit taller. And Tootie and Todd are Barbie's younger brother and sister, and they came out in 1965. And then Barbie sales kind of started to drop off, and they had to bring Barbie into the modern era, which is around 1966-67. So they developed the new Barbie doll, and they had a campaign that you could turn in your old Barbies, and for $1.50 you could get the brand new Twist and Turn Barbie. And that's where I come in, because Twist and Turn was my first Barbie. She's 56 years old. She's with the Ken that was of that era, whom I got for my 5th birthday. And that era lasted until about 1974. At that point, they had to redevelop Barbie again because there were cultural targets on Barbie because of who she portrayed. What is Barbie? At that time, you saw Barbie become a pilot, a doctor, all kinds of businesswoman, all kinds of things in the 1970s. And she also went to Malibu and got a tan. And that was a very popular series for that. They introduced Francie Fairchild, who is the cousin of Barbie, and she came over to live in the United States to go to school, is what the story said. Also during this time, the celebrity doll came about, and that is reflected here. We have a Julia doll. Julia was a Diane Carroll, and she played a nurse on TV, and she came in her nurse's uniform. Before that, Midge was a nurse, and she had a cape and a nurse's outfit, but she was on TV, and everybody loved her, and she was really one of the first African-American dolls that sold, and soon Barbie had Christy and Brad, who were also African-American dolls. The other one that is in that case with Francie is Twiggy, and anybody who knows culture in 1967 has heard about Twiggy. She was all the rage, and she had her own set of outfits, as did Julia. And that became another thing that made money for Mattel. Now, this is all about making money for Mattel, but as Barbie evolved, she became a cultural icon. Around the time Barbie had her 16th birthday, they made a 16th birthday Barbie doll, and she was sweet, and she had very pretty clothes, and she would have been just like a 16-year-old was. And accessories galore for Barbie. You could get dinner services, and you could get shoes, and you could get accessories and purses and all of that stuff. So then all of these little families developed, Skipper evolved, and then around the 90s, nostalgic Barbies became the thing. We have a couple of Barbie friends in there, Stacy and PJ from the early 1970s. We have the designer Barbies, and the Ken is from My Fair Lady. The Barbie that looks like she's highfalutin is Shopping Barbie, and there were a whole bunch of Shopping Barbies. Both of these are jeweled Barbies. They were designed by Bob Mackie. So you had real designers designing them. And then Mattel decided to do something called Fashion Avenue. And they're really high quality Barbie doll clothes and very pretty. And again, kids, the girls, kids, boys, whoever was playing with Barbie really loved them. They also marketed to people who really couldn't afford some of these fancier dolls. And you saw these Barbies in supermarkets in the 1980s, 90s, 2000s. In collecting, things go out of style sometimes in fashion, and that's kind of what happened with Barbie. And then we had the movie. And the movie, boom, interest in Barbie is high. Barbie collectibles are even higher. Clothes are more collectible than the dolls. And there's conventions, there's people on the internet who can, there's a Southern lady who restores Barbies and she shows you how to do them. I mean, there's a whole industry about Barbie now, thanks to the movie. So that's basically what I did. I did Barbie through the ages, because if you go to the movie and you don't understand Barbie, a lot of this stuff is gonna go by you. But if you know the Barbie thing, it's really accurate on what Barbie is. So anyway, that's the display. We're going to be up in the children's room for a little while longer, and then it goes home to my house and sits in the display case there. So, but I want everybody to enjoy it and come into the library. If you can't get in, we'll have this record for people to enjoy. And if you have any questions, you can find me on the help desk. Thank you.